Good morning. This is Reverend Maryum Karen Morris, and I'm grateful that you are here today and you are present. We are a spiritual community called Center of the Heart, as you all know, unless somebody new is joining us. And we're located in Santa Barbara, California, so we are thankful. We study and we embody the teachings of Ernest Holmes because what he did, he synthesized all of the magnificent spiritual teachings and practices that are available to all of us in all the great faith traditions. So I love this teaching because it's a way for us to embody it without having to be on a mountaintop for 20 years. So thank you again for being here. I am grateful for you and your beautiful presence. With that, we are going to have our opening song.
1, 2, 3. Our January song. The time is now to bless this year and to see the God within. We join together, heart to heart, we're one, we now begin. We move together, yes, it's time, our vision now is clear. Abundance is our true birthright, we surrender all our fear. 1, 2, go! The new year brings such joy and love and fills our hearts with glee. Our arms around each other now, there's peace for you and me. We speak the word for soul's desire and keep intentions clear. God hears our prayers and knows what we're, the small voice is what we hear. Waiting for the next verse. That's the first verse. We're going to the next page, one more page. Here we go. Our life unfolds with hearts are full, our souls direct our course. We are filled within and share the joy of truth that comes from source. Compassion is the way we move, and from that space we bless our sisters and our brothers too. We are God's expression, yes. We're family, we are all one. We now do our part to love, to give, to care and share from the center of the heart. We're family, we all are one. We each now do our part to love, to give, to care and share from the center of the heart.
Oh, beautiful. That is lovely. It reminds us about the wonderful things we can do in our life to shift our mental focus. So let us now shift our mental focus, and we are going to welcome ourselves to our own center of the heart, which is another practice that we can do. So put your hands out to the universe, and in this moment, whatever we need to bring into our field, our collective field, whether it's patience, it's peace, clarity, or just a deep, unabiding connection to God. So knowing that, feeling that love in the heart of God, let's place our hands over our hearts And please repeat after me. I bless who I am. I am the image and likeness of God. And I am another way that love is happening on this planet. I am grateful for me. And I thank God for me. And I welcome myself to my own center of the heart. And so it is. All right, we are going to have the lovely Lily S. Cree, who will anchor us in prayer. And then she will share a short inspired reading for us. Take it away, Lily.
Thank you. Good morning, and let us pray. God is everything. Everything is God. God is all around us in everything, every situation, and every purpose. And the divine is all compassionate, all knowing, all powerful, all present, and hears our every word. Each person here is filled with the divine. And in so, we know that we are of the oneness, that we are part of it all, and we are connected. And so today we give blessings to our gathering, our Sunday gathering, and know that our ears are open and functioning properly so that we hear the messages and that we hear whatever it is we need to get us through this day and this week and this life. And I give thanks for all the people that have come together to help put this service together. Roxy, Denise, EJ, George, myself, and our wonderful RevMaryum. And I give thanks for this day and this service and all that is involved with it. And so I now release my words into the cosmos to be made manifest. I release and let go. I release and let God. And so it is. Amen.
Oh, it is.
For my reading today, I have chosen a piece from The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. All nature conspires to produce and manifest the freedom of the individual, that it may unloose its own energy. We may be sure God is for us. Whatever our conception of God may be, whatever our conception of the relationship of Jesus and the idea of Christ to humanity and God and our own salvation may be, this thing must act in accordance with definite law in the universe. This law says that whenever and wherever there is an adequate subjective image, which does not contradict the nature of the universe, that image will not only tend to take form, but will take form and will manifest. This law we did not make and we cannot change. But this teaching should not be confused with the idea that we can show people how to get what they want, regardless. True prayer must be, thy will be done. But the implication relative to the will of God in this prayer is not a submission to the inevitability of evil or limitation. It is a knowledge that the will of God is always good. Thank you.
And so it is. Well said and perfect, perfect. Thank you, Lily. All right, we have a second group song, so let's share that together.
One, two. Here we go together. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to do about what lies before me, everything that I need to do about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me with the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to say will be about what lies before me. Everything that I need to be about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me, everything that I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me. One more, through the mind of God within me.
Thank you, Ije and George. And now we have a song from again the lovely Lily S. Cree. Take it away, Lily.
This song is called Spiritual Toolkit. I gotta keep up with my spiritual practice. Those things in my toolkit, you know they're legit. They help me through this life. This life, it has its stress and strife. Do it every day, come what may. Do some every day, keep trouble at bay. My toolkit is tailored to me, special for me. I've built it over the years, you see. A little of this, oh yes to that, and gotta add a lot of that one too. Do it every day, come what may. Do some every day, they keep trouble at bay. Like an artist's palette of paint, you can mix and match for optimum care. Paint something every day. Use whatever colors you may. Like keys on a piano, some go well together. They will resonate. Some of the notes in your toolkit harmonize in a moment, in a day. Do it every day, come what may. Do some every day, they keep trouble at bay. Electricity moves through the wires. Our electrical energy flows when there are no obstructions. Our tools remove those blocks. Life will just move more smoothly. So we do it every day. Come what may, do some every day. They keep trouble at bay. Do some every day. They keep trouble at bay. Do some every day. Thank you.
And so it is. Thank you, Lily. Yes, do a little bit every day and you do keep trouble away. I like it. Thank you so much. It's great. Wonderful reminder for us. And it actually is a nice setup for my talk. So we're going to now move into our 2-minute meditation. George and EJ will sing us into the meditation. We will hold it for 2 minutes and I will bring us out with the world prayer.
I will make a quiet place, a quiet place within my heart. I will wait upon the Lord, and I'll wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place within my mind. I will wait upon the Lord. I'll wait upon the Lord. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know. I will make a quiet place within my life. I will wait upon the Lord. I'll wait upon the Lord.
Okay, there we go. My iPad decided to fall on the ground. So we know we are back live. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so we are now going to just anchor in prayer. And as things like this happen in our lives, we just know that there is always a divine presence surrounding us, bringing in, if we need to bring in humor or laughter, we are grateful knowing that there is always this beautiful energy, as Lily was singing about having our circuits opened. And as we are open to the divine, we know that we are all connected. We are all embraced by that loving beauty. So I know for all the individuals that are in need of a prayer today, that they are indeed, held in the loving embrace of God. We just surrender up their life, their hearts, their souls, knowing that whatever their needs are at this time in their life, it is happening for them. And for that, I'm truly grateful and thankful. So as we release this prayer into the infinite hands of God, knowing that the world and humanity is evolving, we just let God take care of the details. And we simply have deep trust and faith, knowing this is so. And with my heart filled with gratitude, we release this prayer together and we say, and so it is. Amen. Oh, lovely. Breath of God. All right, we have a solo.
When the road gets dark, you can no longer see, let my love throw a spark. Have a little faith in me, and when the tears you cry are all you can believe, just keep these loving arms a try. Have a little faith in me. 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 When your secret heart cannot speak so easily, come here, darling, from a whisper start. Have a little faith in me. When your back's against the wall, just turn around and you will see. I'll be there to catch you to fall. Have a little faith in me. 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 Have a little faith in
I'm clapping too. I can hear it at the center. Thank you. That was beautiful. Very, very, very nice. As always, so grateful. All right, I'm going to start Facebook Live. So let me roll with that. All right, welcome. This is RevMaryum Karen Morris from Center of the Heart. We're just so grateful you are with us today. And today I'm talking about creating spiritual shock absorbers. And it's something that Ernest Holmes talked about. He had a radio broadcast show and he would do certain shows. So this was a transcript from one of the shows that he did. And I liked the topic that he was talking about on that particular show. And I want to open with a quote from Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes, page 343. Illumination will come as a person more and more realizes their unity with the whole, and as they constantly endeavor to let the truth operate through them. So I'm thankful knowing that truth, as well as Lily was singing about earlier. She was talking about having do a little bit every day, and eventually it will create what we call I call it spiritual insulation, because what happens is we all continue to get triggered. You know, we're born in this world, and I believe it was Plato, and he said, what we do, we pick a life and we say, oh, this is going to be so great. I'm going to learn this, and I'm going to actually have this knowledge when I'm done with that life. Then we drink from the river of forgetfulness, and we forget that we chose to have this experience in our life. So many times when I know when I'm moving through a difficult time, and I know that I will come out at the end and I will be better for it, but during the time it doesn't feel so good. And at that time, I realize that I am being empowered to put on what we call an spiritual shock absorber. So think about a car. And as the old cars used to be, and even when our shocks aren't good in our car, you feel every single bump in the road, and you feel every single thing, and you're hanging on for dear life, and you're holding on to the car. And that's the way a lot of times we are before we start a spiritual practice, before we move into an awareness that we have a choice, that we actually can replace the shock absorbers, we can increase them, enhance them. So within our body, a lot of times that's fine, and we're well within our body, but with our mind, that's the hardest part, to create a buffer or create that insulation or that shock absorber. Because what happens is we do get beat down by life. We do get caught into just some of the challenges that are present for each and every one of us. And I know that it can be very difficult, but then I've been doing a practice recently with a gentleman, and he talks about not so much the blessing in the situation, but when I have a situation, let's say it's a circumstance or an individual or whatever the case may be, I contemplate on it. And I'm able to look at what is the lesson for me here? Or what am I to learn from this? Or what am I to change or shift in my life? How can I make this even better? So I remember when I was taking a class for our talks and about our homilies, that they would give us a critique and they said, how can you make it even better? And I thought, oh, rather than saying, oh, that wasn't great, you did this, this, this. And we tend to do that to ourselves rather than beating ourselves up, which ultimately, you know, we go there first. But what would it be like if, as we practice, as Lily was singing, as we practice and we're able to be kinder to ourselves, we're able to be more present to ourselves. Like, okay, you did that, that's fine, that's okay. And give yourself a little pat on the back. You did the best you could in the moment. Because at that moment, maybe my spiritual shock absorbers were not fully present. Maybe in that moment, I had to become aware of something that has been stuck in my subconscious mind for so long, I wasn't even aware of it. Because I'll think, oh, I'm done with that. And then a circumstance happens, or I get triggered by an event or a person. And I realize, oh, you got more work to do, girl. But instead of beating myself up again, I give myself permission to be a human being. I give myself permission to not be perfect, because perfectionism actually is not good in the fact that it doesn't give us that space or that opening in order to grow and enhance ourselves even more. So as I was reading a little bit on the transcript of Ernest Holmes, I liked what he said, because we're able to shift and create more in our lives. But he said the main thing about how to increase our spiritual practice, he said, is that, do we have faith greater than fear? Are we able to meet with the disappointments in life? And are we able to allow those experiences to grow us rather than to hang on to them and continue to go back to the past again and again and again? And we call that being a victim, or hanging on to old belief systems that will short circuit us, that will not allow us to have that deeper connection with God. So as I was present, and two or three things happened in the last couple of weeks, and I thought, oh, this is another opportunity, like yet another opportunity. So the first one was about I'm continuing to what do you call it? Not facilitate, to bring the estate of my mother into fruition. I'm completing it, in other words. So we had one last piece of it to do, and one of it was to sell a raw piece of land that she had. And the broker called me, and he said, the real estate broker called me and said, oh, they're going to offer you X amount. It was half of what we had listed as far as our listing goes. And I was clear, instead of going into fear, instead of going into worry or anger even, and being, insulted by the offer, I just said, no, that's not gonna work. I'd rather hang on to it for a little while longer and allow the right person to come and to be present. The second thing I did was I let it go. And then the third thing I did, with the help of my tenant, who actually used to do space clearing in homes, she said, maybe if you clear out a little bit, just one area in your home, maybe that'll shift things in your life. And sure enough, it did. And so I think a day or 2 or 3 days later, after I had done that process, not only mentally, but physically in my environment, I got a call from the real estate agent. They said that the person was willing to pay us almost the full price, less, a few $1,000s. So I was grateful for that, because in times past, I think back how I used to be. I would have been upset, possibly. I would have been angry, or I would have been filled with anxiety. Is this thing never going to sell? So I had choice, and I created spiritual shock absorbers in order to just be present to the situation and not put emotions into it. Because as I was present to this title this week, not only from what Ernest Holmes said, it's that when we train our minds, then every single negative situation that comes along, we're not going to go, and go crazy about every single thing. You look at how children react, immediately to things. And I have a choice. I thought, I have a choice how to react to different things as they surface in my life. So it's created more self-awareness. Every situation is something for me to meditate on, to contemplate, and to be more self-aware of. So when I have a real situation going on, I pray every day, but if I really want to shift things, I'll write a prayer out, and I write that spiritual prayer treatment, because what it does, it helps to create the spiritual shock absorber. It helps me to recondition my conscious and subconscious mind, because in the writing and in the reading it, I'm able to then allow the power and the presence of God to move in, as, and through me. And I'm able to accept everything in more of a spiritual way, because really we're spiritual beings having human experiences. And again, I'm going to restate what I said earlier. We have to give ourselves permission and forgive ourselves for being human. Even when other people outside of us are being harsh or they're being critical of us, no, that's not true. I'm doing the best I can. And do I need to look and improve even more? Absolutely, yes. But we also have to give ourselves that self love and compassion in order to grow and learn. We're not perfect people. I know I'm certainly not perfect. I make mistakes all the time. And I like that, because then I learn from them. And most people, you look at Einstein, you look at all of these beautiful people that have created in whatever they create, whether it's artwork or anything else, they make a lot of mistakes in order to get to the place where they bring what they want and the desired product. I know that in ways, we have to affirm each day that there's a treasure trove of feelings, ideas, and challenges that are going to come into my life. And if we affirm that every day, ooh, I wonder what the little treasure box is going to show me today. And sometimes you don't really like looking at what's in the toolbox or in the treasure chest, because sometimes it's a tool that we need to develop, as Lily was singing about. So when a person or a situation triggers me, what I've done, I'm going to say probably more so now in the last 6 months to a year, is that I sit back, I allow my emotions to come up and bubble up, and then I look at, how can I make this a little better in my life? How can I shift this? How can I change this? So Ernest Holmes talks about how we train our minds. We must have a deep conviction that God is right where we are. And so one all-sustaining power, one divine intelligence that knows everything, and one law of good that could govern all things if we let it. And that's the key. I was being present to that. And as I was contemplating this talk, I thought, yeah, am I allowing God to take care of the details, like I was saying earlier in the prayer? Am I allowing the little things in my lives to just be managed, and I just turn them over? And again, my favorite tool in my spiritual toolbox is surrender. And I surrender it up mainly when I don't know what to do about it. I have no control over it. I have no idea what to do in that situation. I have no idea. So I turn it over. And that's the part of what Ernest Holmes says, is when we have that trust and faith and deep, unabiding faith, then we're able to turn it over, let go of control, which is a lot of what spiritual practice is. We let go of control. We let go and we become neutral in that situation. We're not getting emotional. We're not, negative or positive. We're just neutral. And I like to say that because then it enables the divine, God, universe, whatever you call it, to bring in opportunities in a way that I could have never created. So I'm so grateful, and I would ultimately just allow the divine again to manage and take care of my life. So that creates an incredible spiritual shock absorber for me. The other thing that I use a lot, and I've done it over the years, and I still do it to this day, I do breath work like we talked about last week. I gave you the simple one from Dr. Andrew Weil, and I meditate, I contemplate, and I don't meditate for hours. I don't. I will sit there and just be quiet and just be present and do my breath work. And that helps me to meditate and get connected. I also use yoga as my practice. I like to do that because I'm a physical person. I like to take walks. I like to do walking meditations. I like to do my work while I do yoga because it allows me to get present to my body. It allows me to be in the moment and create oneness. And that's really what it's about, is creating just that space of deep connection to the divine. The other thing that has helped me over the years, and Roxy just started this, is to join a spiritual book study. All right. So she's doing Living the Science of Mind, which is brilliant because as you read sacred scripture, and I consider Ernest Holmes' writings to be sacred scripture, as you read that information, as you allow it to come into your mind, allow it to come into your consciousness, you're able to shift the way you believe. Because many things, I was looking up, let me grab this, I was looking up something and I thought, what is a spiritual awakening? Because as we are doing our practice, I talk about this every week, practice, 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 because that's all we have. And it's the simplest way to get there. So if we're undergoing and want to undergo a spiritual awakening, and we want to create this incredibly soft ride in our lives with that spiritual shock absorber, what are the benefits of that? What are the benefits to writing out prayers? What are the benefits to meditating? What are the benefits to creating, singing a song, playing an instrument, doing yoga, whatever it is that helps you to connect deeply to that presence? And what happens is ultimately we get a bulletproof sense of inner peace. And I tell you, there's times, and it doesn't last, it doesn't last at all, but there's times when I'm just sitting and being and looking out. I like to look out at my mountains and the trees, and I love to look at the clouds on taking my walk as well. And that sense of inner peace. And then when I'm off kilter, when I get stressed or I get anxiety, because that happens because I have a fairly intense job at times. But most of the time, I'm grateful because it's my spiritual practice. This job is my spiritual practice. And then the other thing that you'll create as you continue to do the work, as you continue to deep dive into your own consciousness, your own self, to allow your soul to tutor you, to show you. You will also have true happiness no matter what the circumstances in your life. You'll feel joyful. Things can be falling down around you and you still feel good. The next thing is feeling at one with everybody and everything. And that's a challenge because we're set up, I think, when we're born, that we feel this, we feel a connection to our mothers or fathers or whoever raised us. But as we grow, we have to continue to deepen that connection and to create oneness rather than a separation. So when we are at that place where we feel connected to each other and to everything around us, it shifts our lives. And a beautiful example of one who did that was Thich Nhat Hanh, who made his transition recently. And I love reading him, watching him, hearing him, because it opens my heart. So that's one of the main ways to open the spiritual connection, is to open our hearts, visualize that opening, and open your hearts and open your hands to spirit. The next thing that shows us that we have now benefited and we have spiritually awoken is that we have unconditional love for all living things. And I'm definitely not there. It's a practice, it's a growth. And I know that as I continue to do that, I continue to do my work, bit by bit, day by day. And it doesn't happen overnight. 20 years ago or 30 years ago versus now, I'm a completely different person from doing the spiritual work that I've done. I've created wonderful shock absorbers. Are they perfect? Not yet, but I'm there. It's a journey, it's a path. And then finally, finding, there's three more. Finding your true self and your true path. So one of the things that Ernest Holmes said in that broadcast, he said that when we are authentic and we're able to be fully present to who we are, we're not trying to be like anybody else. We're fully present to our gifts. We're fully present to what we shine out to the world. Then he said, you're able to awaken even more. We have a worry and stress and anxiety free natural existence. Who doesn't want that? And then a very fulfilled, meaningful life, meaning that you enjoy your life. You look at your life and go, I'm really happy. I'm contented. And when you say to somebody, I'm happy or I'm content, they go, that's impossible. No, it's possible. Absolutely possible. There's a deep healing of the mind, body, and spirit. And then finally, there's a permanent higher shift in consciousness and understanding, because that's really what we're moving towards. So if you look at those as the goals and what we desire to bring into our lives, then we're able to say, well, okay, I'm moving toward that. And the more we embody spirit, the more we say yes, the more we accept. But the hardest part of all this work, and I've been doing this for years and years, is the willingness to look at myself and say, wait, what part of me needs to heal? What part of me needs to change? What part of me can shift so I can be a little bit more open to God? And as I do that work and as I affirm that there are answers and there are healings for me each and every day, I know, I claim and accept that that's the truth for myself. So I wanted to close this talk with a meditation that they transcribed from Ernest Holmes regarding this whole idea of spiritual shock absorbers. Because he said, we believe there's a power greater than we are and a law of good right where we are. Above everything else, we are learning to have a deeper faith and a higher conviction. Just the simple childlike faith that throws its little body into its mother's arms to be cradled to sleep in quiet contentment. Just children playing on the shores of time in gladness. And if you have that vision of you're throwing yourself in the arms of spirit and God, how beautiful is that? So here's the meditation. I am at peace because I know I live and move and have my being in the divine spirit that flows through everything. I feel this perfect presence at the center of my own being. And I feel that divine guidance is governing all my affairs. I let go and let God. There's the surrender piece. As a child relaxes in the arms of its mother, so I relax in the thought of the all-sustaining good, the ever-present love, and the all-knowing wisdom. Tonight and today, as I seek the repose of peace, I shall say to myself, I sleep in peace and I wake in joy and live in a consciousness of good. That's a great affirmation, and I can actually share that later if you want to write that down. I sleep in peace and wake in joy and live in consciousness of good. And let your first thought in the morning be, today I am sustained, today I am guided, today I am led, today I give the world the best I have. Today, the God in me meets the God in others and in events. Today is God's day, and it is a good day. God goes with me, love sustains me, goodness directs me, and all the power that there is envelopes me in its perfect presence. For we are all one in God. Right now, I am at peace, and so it is. So, beloved ones, take whatever tools come into your awareness and continue, as Lily sang earlier, every day, do a little bit, every day, every day. And before you know it, when things are not working out, when health is an issue, when there's individuals or family members that are triggering any of us, then we're able to look at that and ask, how can I grow in this experience? How can I be different from the past in this experience? So, my beloveds, peace and blessings to you. Enjoy this beautiful, amazing day. And as Ernest Holmes says, I am awake and aware of the love of God in my heart. And so it is. Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we now have a song from Ishe. Take it away, Ishe.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes I'm right, I can be wrong. My own beliefs are in my song. Butcher, baker, drummer, and then makes no difference what group I'm in. I am everyday people, yeah. There is a blue one that can't accept the green one, but living with the fat one that's trying to be a skinny one. Different folks for different folks, and so on and so on. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby, oh, sha-sha. We got to live together. I am no better, and neither are you. We are the same, whatever we do. Love me, hate me, know me, and then you can't figure out the bag I'm in. I am everyday people, yeah. There is a long hair that doesn't like the short hair that's being such a rich one. Will not help the poor one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby, hey, oh, sha-sha. We got to live together, George. Ooh, sha-sha. We got to live together. There is a yellow one that won't accept the black one, who won't accept the red one, that won't accept the white one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby, ooh, sha-sha. We got to live together. I am everyday people.
Lovely. That was perfect. As always, thank you, both of you. Wonderful songs. It's so fit. It's so fit. And Lily's song, it was great. Fabulous. All right, so we are moving to our conscious giving piece. And conscious giving is really about really having trust and faith, having a deep, unabiding faith that God indeed takes care of all of the aspects of our lives. So as we prepare our tithes and our offerings, and we send that energy of God out into the world to come back to us, we say this together. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal, bless, and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
3. How grateful, how grateful. I am one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God.
And as we trust in God, as we feel that comfort, as we feel the arms of spirit around us, we know that as we give to others and we give out to the universe, we know that it does indeed come back to us in blessings in ways that we cannot even fathom. So for that, I am truly grateful and thankful as we bless these offerings. We bless whatever has been given to Center of the Heart. And we know that as it moves out into the community and to others, it blesses them as well. So I'm thankful for this truth, and I release this prayer with thanksgiving and gratitude. We say, and so it is. Amen. All right, we have a few announcements. And first of all, now you can go ahead and type in the chat if you'd like a practitioner 5-minute prayer. Please do that, and Roxy will be putting you into a separate room for prayer. And then again, all of these things are on our website. So go ahead to, if you'd like to learn more about the GoFundMe, it's on our webpage. You can contribute there. Same thing with Amazon Smile. And that's a great way to give. And then as I was speaking earlier, I've been doing my yoga practice since I was, 17 years old. So if you would like to get involved and become more present, whether it's doing Kundalini yoga with the people here, Joanne on Saturdays at 8:30 and Colleen on Tuesdays, Thursdays at 2 p.m. It's a beautiful way to heal. And then if you want to learn more about the Prosperous Life program, please talk to myself or Rox, and we'd be glad to help you learn more about this practice. And then the prayer hour, I can't believe this is already going to be the first Wednesday, which I will be facilitating Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. So come join us, and we would be happy to have you join us, get a prayer, and have that manifestation happen for your life. And then with the Lava, she continues to do the decluttering support on Zoom, and it's from 10 to 12. And this last Saturday, she had a speaker talking about just paper, paper clutter. And it was things, that we've all heard. And it's also things that we need to rehear again and again, because Decluttering is a spiritual practice because we are continuing to shift and move the things in our homes. And then Roxy, I heard really good things about this. The Living the Science of Mind study group is Fridays at 11 a.m. for 1 hour. It is on Zoom. So come join Roxy and learn about the sayings of Ernest Holmes, which I spoke about today, because it's a profound way to tap in to the oneness of God. And then the grief support group, Lily will be facilitating that on Tuesday, February 15th at 6 p.m. So come join us for that. And that is an hour to an hour and 15 minutes as well. All right, so we're going to pray into this day. We are grateful for this moment. We are thankful for the blessings that are so present in our lives. So as we just take a collective breath, we feel that beautiful power and presence, the love, the breath of God breathing through each and every one of us. And I'm grateful knowing that whatever practice that we have in our lives, or whatever spiritual practice that we are now being aware of, we create that in our lives seamlessly so that we can have a closer walk with the divine. We're able to move through our lives in the most precious ways and in a way that is joy-filled, without strife and strain. We just simply allow ourselves to walk on the clouds of the divine. So I'm grateful for that truth as we release out anything else that we no longer need. And we awaken to what we can do to shift and change in our lives. So we say our mantra together: miracles follow miracles, wonders always increase, and I give thanks for this amazing day. And so it is. Amen.
2, 3. Here we go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here, oh God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you.
What a wonderful service.
It was. So let me stop the recording. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Blessings, love to you all. And here we stop.